Hi everybody, welcome to our training on how to roll out our new client health and fitness recommendations. So I cannot take credit for this idea, this format, everything. I have to give all credit to Brooke Lipoff, who is a 5-star from another team. She shared this with the wall. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I sent it to Liz, my partner in crime, and we've worked to roll it out ourselves a couple weeks ago and kind of be like test dummies to see how it worked. And we have gotten really amazing results with this. And so now that we know it works, we're like, we need to roll this out to you guys. And I will say, this is going to take you a little bit of time to set up. But once you set it up, you will have a couple different things. You'll have everything in place already. You will have a very professional storefront, if you want to call it, and a very professional way that streamlines the process of recommending the All Access Challenge Pack for someone. So instead of all of the back and forth, and I think what most coaches struggle with is the conversations. How to recommend, how to talk price, how to explain Shakeology, and you guys, this does it all for you. So literally there's going to be an application you're going to set up. There's going to be a document with the recommendations you're going to set up. And other than that, there are 2 emails and a PDF for how to order, which you'll need to modify a little bit yourself. But other than that, you will have 2 emails that you send to them. And it's very simple. The wording is simple. It breaks it down for them that this is what it is. This is what it costs. Are you in or not? So it's been great. There will be a little learning curve. Like I said, it'll take you, a little time to set these things up and then learn how to implement them. But the more you do it, the quicker it goes. And now for me, I can roll out some of these forms in less than 5 minutes to someone. And so with that being said, we're going to explain some new websites to use, some options on different things you can do for the application, and we're really excited about it. So I'm going to share my screen. And first, I guess let me explain that before I was using Google Drive to have an application on my Instagram page. Also, I would reference it on my Facebook posts. It was a new Challenger application where they would fill out some information. And that is still a totally usable option here. The new option that I decided to use was a website called typeform.com, Type form.com. Here's the thing with Typeform. For some of the features, you do have to pay a monthly service fee. And in my opinion, it's a little pricey. So we're going to show you 2 different ways you can do this. You can do this on the budget route, where you can have this application with these questions, and we're going to modify it a little bit. Or you can go the Typeform route. Now, Typeform is, I believe, $29 a month, and I understand that is not in the budget for everybody. I believe there is also a free version of Typeform, but you don't have a lot of the features with the paid version you have. So let me just share my screen here, and I'm going to first start and show you. If you qualified for Success Club last month, you got the John Maxwell live video, which I'm in the process of listening to. So let me go over here and go into my Typeform. I'm trying to think. Let's see here. So you guys, when you go into Typeform, it's very similar to Google Forms when you're setting it up, but there's a little bit more features. So you can pick a background picture. You can add different types of questions and whatnot. And you do have a direct link to your form. So this is in the Typeform website here. And this is the main page that people come to. And so all of this wording, we have this wording for the intro here and all of the questions typed into a document for you guys that Angie Zielinski was so nice to help us with. And so I will have that attachment for you also. So you'll be able to just copy and paste these questions because there are 34 questions. And this is probably the most time-consuming thing that you'll have to set up here. What I love about this wording is it lays it all out there for them that I don't work with everybody, that I want to work with people that are, want to go all in. I was feeling with my other form that I was having a lot of people fill the form out. I would reach out to them. Sometimes they would respond back and answer my questions. And it was such a long process of back and forth, either because they didn't have time to sit down and answer my questions, so it would take them maybe a couple days, or they'd forget, and this just kind of streamlines everything. So it explains what I will be providing, that I will get back to them within 24 hours during the week and 72 hours on the weekend, to not rush through this, that this is very serious, and that I will be picking who I work with based on the information that they provide. All right, so then they go in here. You guys, I'm just going to give you a little, I'll kind of scroll through this slowly. I don't need to go through all of it. If you want to see the full form, you can go to my Instagram page. It's listed in my bio. Liz also has hers up there in the bio, so you can see the different options. So you're asking for their first name. The reason for that is because in this form, it'll take their first name that you enter, and then in some of the questions, it'll say, for example, let's say, what is your first name? Shauna. In some of the questions, it'll say, Shauna, comma, what are some of the things that you struggle with? So it uses their name again, so it's more personalized. So that's why all the questions here are really important. What is your name as it appears on Facebook? What is your Instagram name? What is your phone number? It's not gonna let me, is it gonna let me go through here? Submit? Let's see, no, okay. Let me just do this. Okay. Are you a Beachbody coach? No. See, this is where it's putting in my first name. I should have typed a real name. Do you currently have a Beachbody coach? No. What is your email address? Oops. Okay, energy is everything. So here they have a multiple choice. I'm not going to go through all of these questions, but I do want to get to a point where I show you a couple of the questions that you can do on Typeform that you cannot do on Google Drive. So you guys can see and make an educated decision on what you want to move forward with. So here they're selecting, talking about what their weekly physical activity is like. All of this will be typed up so you guys can enter this into your own form. So here they have the option to make multiple choices. Okay, so you get it. There's lots of questions here. Tell me what your typical day of eating looks like. This is the option for them to fill out and type in their own paragraph. I have every single question is required. So they have to write something for everything. Do you use any supplements? Do you drink or take anything for energy? Coffee? How do you manage stress in your life? So Brooke got these questions from a questionnaire she filled out for something else, and she thought, wow, this is really great information, and we could utilize this in what I lay out for my new clients. So I'm going to show you here the main difference between Typeform and Google Drive. Where is it? I think it's so these are all of my questions here. And then you can see all the different types of questions that you can ask. Okay, so this was one that Brooke did that I really loved. And this is something you cannot do in Google Drive, yes, correct. You cannot do in Google Drive, but I'm going to tell you what your option could be if you want to go the Google Drive route. So here you go. It says, which body type depicts you the most right now? Zero judgment here. This helps me decide what your starting point is with body fat percentage. So they're going to select one of these pictures right here, okay, and tell me where they're at. Now, if you were using Google Drive, you don't have the option to upload the pictures. So my thought would be, the question that question with the hearts that we did, a lot of us did on social media. How much weight do you have to lose? 5 to 10 pounds, 10 to 20 pounds, 20 to 30 pounds. I think that's what I would do instead of the pictures. So I would just have a multiple choice question where you break down how much weight they have to lose. This is important because as we get to the next part on this clickable PDF we're going to create, you're going to show on Typeform, they have the ability to upload their goal, what their goal is. So maybe a previous picture of themselves or somebody else they aspire, to be like. And so we show, here's what you currently are. This is where you want to get to. And then you're going to make a recommendation of how long you believe it will take for them to get to that point. And you guys, if you're a brand new coach, you might not know what that answer is right away. And so I would say reach out to your upline, reach out to Liz or myself. We've worked with hundreds of people now, and for me and Liz, almost the last 3 years, I have a pretty good idea of time frame if people really commit to the program of how long it'll take for them to get there. So we have all these pictures uploaded for you guys to be able to save if you choose to use Typeform. The other feature that will not be available on Google Drive that is available here, where is, what number? Sorry guys, hold on. I know it's down here. Okay, so this one right here. What is your goal body? Keep in mind your body type and what's realistic. Upload a picture from Pinterest, Google, or maybe a picture of yourself previously. And then you just note here that, obviously body type is important. And so I know Liz has had a lot of people upload pictures of themselves previously. My people seem to be uploading like public figures or other people that they follow on Instagram. And that's what I seem to get a lot of. Okay, so that's Typeform. I would say taking time to set this application up, whether it be here or Google Drive, you're probably looking at a good hour and a half if you sit down and just focus to get that laid out.
Courtney, real quick, will you show them while you're sharing your screen the share and then the analyze options in Typeform so they can see what that looks like?
Perfect. So there's all these little tabs up at the top here, and you can, design is where you create your pictures in the background. You can change fonts, everything. I don't even know what configure does. Probably something to do with the same. There's so many features you can do in here. Share is where you're going to get your link to your Typeform. So that is what you would add to your bio or to add into your posts on Facebook. And then analyze is really cool. So this is going to show you, and I haven't looked at this in a couple days, but this is going to show that I've received 13 responses to this form. I've had 117 unique visits, and so 11% of people have actually completed the form, and then the average time to complete is 15 minutes. So that means that people are clicking on my link. Maybe they're starting it, maybe they're reading through it, maybe they don't have time to complete it, but they're looking. And so even though I've only had 13 responses and 117 unique visits, I think that's really positive because I rolled this out a little over a week ago. Haven't done a ton of call to action posts, but you guys, people are looking and they're watching and they're paying attention. So maybe they're going to look at this and they're going to keep watching me and see what's coming. So that's why your social media presence is really important. The other thing that I think is really interesting is it shows how many people responded from a smartphone versus a computer. And considering most of my business comes from Instagram, it makes more sense that they're on their smartphone because most people view Instagram on their computers or on their phones, not their computers. Okay, did I miss anything else on this, Liz?
Yeah, right to your left, click results.
Okay. Okay, this is going to give a spreadsheet. Here you go. So this is going to show all the people that have, I know something else I need to talk about too. It's going to show me all the people that have created or filled out the form and then all of their answers here. So it puts it into kind of a spreadsheet for you. This is a little different because I just changed my form. Something I will tell you is I made a mistake is when I was writing the questions, if you want them to be able to select multiple options, there's a little box that you need to check. So if you're making a multiple choice question and you have 10 different answers, but you want them to be able to select more than one, you need to make sure that you check that box when you're creating the form. Otherwise, you cannot go back and do it later. This is the other thing. So when somebody fills out this form, you get an email, which I love. So here I actually have a brand new form, notifications by typeform.com. And that comes in, and I guess I already had it open. There we go. So, and I've got all of her information right here. Tiffany, all of the answers to all of the questions are right here. So Liz is gonna walk you through how you take this information and then put it into this usable, shareable PDF. I think that's it, right, Liz? Yeah?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, let me stop share.
Okay.
And I'm gonna mute myself and turn it
Okay. And I'm gonna go into the next section. So let me share my screen, and I'm actually gonna do a split screen and share you guys 2 screens at once. So Courtney was showing how you get this email, which is pretty rad. And so what we do when you get the email, so there's an option for in like a certain section in Typeform to actually select to get emails. So like you don't have to get emails. Like I have multiple Typeform applications and I don't get emails for all of them because it's just too many emails, but I do get it for this. And so what happens is we get this email and then we're going to take all of this amazing information that your potential client has filled out and you're going to transfer it over into this really, really rad PDF that Brooke had also created that you're going to send them for an actual like recommendation for them to move forward. And so on the left hand side, you guys can see my Canva, what Canva looks like. And we're doing all of this in Canva. I had never used it like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago when Courtney and I first started. And so we kind of just taught ourselves. So along with learning Typeform, you're going to learn Canva. It's worth the time to put into it. And then once you understand how to do it, it goes really quickly. And so here's like sort of what my home screen of Canva looks like. And I named mine New Challenger Recommendations. And so I'm going to click on that and show you guys what that looks like and how easy it is to edit and organize in there. And then I'm also going to teach you guys how to actually upload a copy of this to your own Canva account so that you can start using it on your own Canva account. So here is what it looks like. Let me zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see what it looks like. So it's really cool. All of these fields are customizable. You can add a picture of yourself at the top, and then obviously you change the name anytime you get a new person that is applying to be in your challenge group. And then I have it set up to the left. I chose like my top things that I wanted to reiterate back to them. So I chose your goals, and then you can see underneath that your current body type versus goal body, obstacles and challenges, energy and food. And then what I'm doing is I'm really just copying and pasting like the good portion of what they sent to me from the Typeform over into the Canva account, the Canva PDF. So I'm just reiterating what they told me back to them. And so you guys can see that you can click on here, you can highlight, you can copy and paste, you can move things around. So that's the part on the left I wanted to show you guys really quick. All the way over to the left, there's a button called Uploads. And that's where you can upload all of the body type images if you're going to decide to do Typeform and use this. And we also have a Google Drive full of all of the body type pictures that we're going to be sharing with you guys as well. And then you can also create different categories for like Challenger, they're like goal body pictures, and it's so easy. So you just click upload, you upload from your computer, and then it's so simple. All you guys have to do is actually click on that picture and it's going to pop up right on your PDF, and then you have the ability to make it as big or as small as you want to. And so I'm going to delete that image. And then to the right, let's talk recommendations. So once you get the information from them, their body type, possibly their goals, their struggles, is going to allow you to figure out what to recommend for them. And so at the top, you'll see right here in blue, right under my recommendations, I don't really ever change this field. Everybody who joins me is getting the All Access Challenge Pack. They're using Beachbody On Demand. They're going to use Portion Fix or the 21-Day Fix. container system, and then they're getting Shakeology. So that's pretty standard. I don't ever have to change that. That doesn't take any time. This little link right here is really cool. This is actually a clickable link where it says best package deal for your needs, and it opens right up into a YouTube video of somebody in Beachbody talking all about the All Access Challenge Pack. So it talks price, everything they get. So you're gonna see in here and in the email, we are never talking price. I think I've had one person write me back asking about price, and she just didn't look hard enough and didn't click the link in the PDF or in the email. So that's taken a lot of, I feel like, stress off of my shoulders, where I'm not having to talk about price and justify price and all of these things. No, like, you click, you see the video, and you get to see actually all of the amazing things that you're getting with the All Access Challenge Pack. I never change this stuff in the middle, all of the things that are included with the challenge pack, but I do change the estimated time frame like Courtney was talking about. It just really depends. Like, my girl, this is one you can see to the left, has a significant amount of weight to lose, but she's very realistic about what her goals are. And I think that she can achieve these goals in probably 5 to 6 months. And so this circle in the PDF is movable. You can move this anywhere you want to, however long you think it's going to take them. And then the notes for the client, I don't touch that a ton. I just change, like, right here where you can see 5 to 6 months, whatever their time frame is for how long I think it's going to take them to achieve their goals. I change that. And then everything else is pretty much the same. And then I change the start date at the bottom. So Courtney and I have been finding that having people start on a Monday is a really great option. So, like, I'll say, like, I'm talking to somebody right now and it's Wednesday. I'll put the following Monday as a start date for them. And while I still get them signed up, I still get their emails sent to them, I even get them into my challenge group, they're ready to go on that following Monday. It's been a really great system so that they're not having to wait another month for your challenge group. They can get in right away within 7 days. So once you have this PDF done, it's so simple. All you do is go to the top and you click download, which I'm going to show you guys right now so you can see. And I'm going to do PDF, all pages. You're only going to have one page when you do it, and I'm going to click download. It's downloading to my computer right now. It's just taking a little bit longer because we're streaming. And then it's really simple to locate this PDF and then save it into a specific file on your computer, so it's really easy to grab. So it's done. And then for me to find my downloads is up at the top right. Some of you might have this arrow up here if you're using Firefox. So I just click this and then I look at downloads. Here they are right there. And I just click on that one. It's going to pop it up into a new window. And it's so simple. And then I'm just going to save it. So I'm going to download that. And then look, I have a whole folder just with my PDF recommendations. So I'm really organized. It's really easy for me to find it as soon as I'm done. All you do is click save. I'm not going to click save because it's already in there. And then you're done with the PDF portion. So what's next after you do the PDF portion? You're going to combine that course. Did you want to talk?
Yeah, hold on one second. I just want to make sure you guys are clear. You aren't going to have to create this whole form.
Oh, let me show.
There's going to be a link. Yeah, show them where they save it, because
okay,
you have access to a link. Yeah, and then save it and then be able to edit it. So this will all be created for you. You can just go in and customize it to you then.
So easy. So all you guys need to do, and we have Courtney and I also created a PDF with all of the steps that we're going through in this video with clickable links. So we're going to have that for you guys when we're done. So all you need to do is create a Canva account. And then up at the very top, I click Canva. And that's going to take me to the home screen. And when you click on the link that we're going to send you, it's going to look like this. It's going to be called Make a Copy, Do Not Edit. And so it's going to pull up. It's going to look like it's yours. It's going to look like you can start editing it, which you can, but please don't do that. Follow these very important steps, because if you edit the one that you click on, you're going to be editing our master copy. We don't want anybody to do that. So it's very simple. All you do is go up to the top left, click File, Make a Copy. and it's done. So it's gonna pop it out into another window. I have a million Canva windows open, but really easy. The next step once you do that is you're gonna go back to the Canva main hub page, and you're gonna see, look, how many of these do I have up here? You're gonna see the one that you made a copy of, because it says copy of, make a copy, do not edit. My next suggestion is to delete our original copy, which is this one that says make a copy. And then you can go ahead and start editing your own copy of ours. You can click right here to change the name, and then you just click on it and you can start editing away and it's yours. It's very simple. We're just asking that everybody follow those steps so that we keep our master copy nice and clean and not everybody keeps editing it. So there's that. Did I cover that okay, Court? Okay, perfect. Okay, so you have the PDF done. You have all of their information. What's next? You need to send them an email. Very simple. We have all of this laid out for you guys. I'm going to pull it up right now. Hold on. Sorry, I just got to find it on my computer. We have an email that we've created with all of the body of the text for you guys. And here it is right here. So all you have to do is personalize this to yourself and copy and paste. And so we have a couple things highlighted, which obviously lets them know that there is a free custom PDF recommendation attached to their email. I felt like people were missing that, so I highlighted it and underlined it. It talks about the meal plan. What are they getting in this group? Accountability, access to the Fit Club, custom workout program. And then this is like our kind of our favorite thing, which we switched up, which we also got from this wording from Andrea Crowder. Why is the cost so low? Instead of how much does it cost? Why is it so low? Why are you getting so many amazing things for such an incredible price? And so it kind of lays it out right here, what they're getting, and then a link to that exact same YouTube video that they can click on in the PDF. So it's like hitting them double with it, and it tells the price right off the bat. And then obviously talking about Shakeology. When does it start? This is completely customizable to you guys. You can figure out when you want it to start, when you want them to start. So that wording is really simple. So all we do is copy this, paste it over into an email, and attach the PDF right at the bottom, which I can't see because my little screen of you guys is blocking it. Right there. Sorry, it's not working for me. I can't see, but you guys know what I mean. You attach the PDF right to the bottom and then send it off. This has been the biggest boost in my business, the biggest change to my business I've had in 3 years. And like Courtney was talking about in the Typeform, I just feel like the language change in that opening page of the application sets them up to know that we're not choosing everybody. This is important. We need the most info from you as possible, and you know, really take it seriously. One more thing of note I will tell you guys that I think is really important is in every subject line that I am sending this email and PDF to, I am saying, congratulations, you've been selected for my Fit Club. It's reiterating that same talk, like not, hey, welcome to my Fit Club, or here's your order instructions, or here's your free recommendation. No, congratulations, I selected you, because I'm not selecting everybody. We have that verbiage written down in the PDF that we're gonna give you guys as well. So one last thing for you guys, well, two more things. If you don't hear from them in 24 hours, because they took the time to fill out this application, it's totally different, it's more customized. If you don't hear from them in 24 hours, shoot them a Facebook or an Instagram message and just saying, hey girl, I sent you an email after you filled out my application. I just wanted to make sure you got it. Courtney and I have been finding that some people haven't been getting the emails, and as soon as they know that you've emailed, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go read it right now. Thank you. So that's the next step. Then once they write you back and they say yes, so I will tell you guys, I would say 9 out of 10 people who filled out my application so far have written me back with like the shortest little sentence and just saying, I'm in, how do I sign up? So if they write back and say, I'm in, how do I sign up? So simple. Hold on, let me pull up my other browser so you guys can see it. We also created an order email for you guys to use, which I'm super stoked about. This was another thing that I felt like was bogging me down and taking so much time. I was literally rewriting all of my order instructions every single time somebody was ready to order. Like, what the heck? Why was I doing that? And so I was also finding myself trying to communicate to them about Shakeology, the whey, the vegan, the flavors, and it was just so much time and energy. So I thought, what if we combined it all into this one email where it's, here's what we're going to tell you about Shakeology, here's how you order. And so it's all laid out right here for them. Here are the steps to order. Here is all the information you need about Shakeology, bags versus packets. Now let's get you ordered. And so what we're going to do in the PDF is we have a link to the Word document of this so that you guys can go in and edit this and make it your own. So you're going to want to put your own picture right here that shows them where to go to order. And so on my order screen, that you guys know how you can customize that. To the right in blue, I made the All Access Challenge Pack the very first thing. I threw my circle around that. So like they're getting the visual of like, okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to go right to her website. I'm going to see that picture of her. I'm going to see that challenge pack option to the right. I'm going to click it. And then another thing we have for them is the actual flavors of Shakeology, because people are really visual. They need to see like, what are my options? What can I order? And so here's the exact drop down bar that your customers will see when they're ordering, so they can actually see it and look at it and know what they want to order. Where do they click? Add to your cart. It just walks them through everything. Creating a new email address if they've ordered before. Checkout, and that you're going to be in touch with them within 24 hours. And then we're also going to show you guys, we just have a very short verbiage about when people, I'm going to show you guys the PDF right now. When you're emailing them the order instructions, I write like a very, very small sentence. I'm going to show it to you right now. I write like a couple sentences, attach the order PDF, done. That's it. Here comes the text. And all of this is going to be available to you guys. Everything we've created, all the text. So here it is. Really, really simple. Morning, so excited to get you started. There's a double sentence there. You guys can change it, make it anything you want. When you have time today, read through the PDF, because obviously you attached a second PDF telling them how to order. I highlighted that and underlined it. And then when they're done ordering, that's when we decide what program to start with. Like, you don't need to be figuring that out before they start. Like, it's just so much conversation to have with somebody that potentially might not order. You don't need to have that conversation, I don't think, until they've ordered. And that's it. Hold on, I'm going to stop sharing. It's cut down on my time. You guys wouldn't even believe. And I truly, like Courtney was saying with the Google form before, because I don't think my wording was as straightforward. I was having all these people fill out the application and then would never get back to me after that first email that I sent them, touching base with them, asking about their goals. And so it's just so much more streamlined, so much more organized, to the point, and I think it makes all of us look extremely professional.
You guys, I think what this does too is there are so many coaches out there, and there are not a lot of coaches doing this. So if people are watching multiple Beachbody coaches, which I feel like a lot of times they are, if they're going to click on this, they're going to be like, dang, this girl's legit. And it's one of those things, you guys, I always say, fake it until you make it. Like, that form and those questions and the statements makes people think you have people flocking to you to join your group, you know? And so it's kind of the same thing. Like, I feel like growing your followers and number of followers, the more you have, the more legitimate you look to people. I mean, I know when I go to pages, I'm always like, how many followers do they have? Like, I'm really curious about that. So it's just taking yourself to a whole nother level. And I have one of the girls that I went through this whole process with, I had a call with her this morning, her Getting Started Right call. And she said to me, she started Sean Week with us. And she's like, I follow Sean. She's like, I've been watching coaches for like over a year and I just haven't been ready. But I finally decided I was ready and you're the one that I went with. And so was it because she saw some post and clicked on my link and was like, wow, you don't know. But the professionalism is huge. And it always, I think, goes back to your social media posts too. You don't want to be this average, just like everybody else. Like you really want to set yourself apart. You want to be scroll stopping. You want to be something that makes you different. And then when you have this link there, when you start sharing in your posts, I don't work with just everybody. Like it's just reiterating that to them. Okay, so a couple other things we just wanted to touch on. Whoops, hold on, sorry. So let's see, 24 hours later check-in. Okay, so I had somebody that wrote back and said, yes, I'm in, and then I'll order by this date, and then I didn't hear anything from them. And I was like, well, shoot, like what now? Before you write to them, go ahead and check your Coach Online office and your previous office view. So if you guys don't know what that is, when you log into Team Beachbody, usually you'd click on Coach and then My Coach Online Office. When you click on Coach, under My Coach Online Office is the option to see Previous Office View. Might be like, what's that? Previous Office View is the old Coach Online Office. The cool thing about Previous Office View is everything is to the minute updated. So if you know with your regular Coach Online Office, sometimes it can take a couple hours for somebody's order to show up. With Previous Office View, you're gonna be able to see it right away. So it's not fancy. It literally looks like DOS version of something. But so what I did, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna check. And sure enough, I went in, she had ordered, she just hadn't emailed me yet that she ordered. So then I knew, okay, I don't need to bother her and follow up. If they say they have committed or they're in, they respond back, I'm in, you send them the order instructions and they don't order, there is some wording in that PDF, I don't need to show you guys, that does a little follow-up that you can say to them, like, hey, I knew you said you were interested and you wanted in, you reached out to me for a reason. Before I offer up your spot to someone else, I want to give you one last option, to say you're committing. So again, just that sense of urgency. I feel like giving people a time frame of they need to get back to you within 24 hours. They're going to start on this date. Laying it all out for them is really, really important. The other thing that we've included for you is 2 different emails to send them once they've committed, once they've purchased, and it's kind of their Getting Started Right email, your new client email. So Liz's is a little different than mine. I use the app. And so from me, they are going to be getting a Getting Started Right email. They're also going to be getting an invite to the app. So those are all there and broken down for you guys. You can take one or the other or tweak them and make them your own. I include a video about Shakeology in my email. Liz includes something different. So it's just there for you guys to see different options of what works for you. And then, I personally set up a Getting Started Right one-on-one call with my clients. And so they have an option to click on a link to schedule a time with me. Liz rolls it out different with videos for them. So that's totally up to you. If you want to do that with the scheduling, I highly recommend acuityscheduling.com. You can schedule your times that you're available. You can set that where it's only a couple days a week within a couple hours that you're available. And you can always edit it. They schedule with you. They can answer a questionnaire, tons of great stuff. So I don't know. I know it's a ton of information and it can feel like, whoa, but I'm telling you, if you carve out a morning or an evening, whatever it is, to knock this out and get it set up, you will have it going forward forever. You can tweak it as you need to, but you guys, it's so, so, so worth it. So I guess we'll just say questions. Do you guys have questions? I'll put it back to no one. You guys are like silent. You can unmute yourself if you have questions.
I think minds are blown.
Yes. It really is like, you guys, Brooke Lipoff, I feel like she should be like president of Beachbody Coaches or something. Like, she shares so much valuable information. Liz, I think she included also in my new Challenger email I send once they've purchased, I include a document that Brooke created. I shared with you guys in Boss Babes a long time ago, but I feel like I must have shared it on like a Friday night at 9 o'clock because no one saw it. But it's called Important Information Form, and it just has all these links to Beachbody On Demand stuff and Beachbody blog and recipes and meal plans and the Fixate cooking shows explaining meal prep. So that's all there for you too. So you guys, you literally have all of these tools at your fingertips. We've given it all to you. Now you just need to take it and run with it and make yourself the CEO of your business. Okay? No more questions? All right. That's all then. I'm going to stop the recording.